7 weeks into my fat loss phase and I've taken out the cardio. What? Are we not supposed to be adding cardio in at this point to help you burn more fat? In this video, I'm going to explain why I've stopped running and why it's actually helping me burn more fat. Losing body fat, it is all about burning more calories, more fuel than you're taking in. And how can you do that? You can reduce the amount that you eat, so therefore you're taking less in, so you're burning more than you're consuming. Or you can increase your activity level by adding things like cardio work, running. If I ran a marathon every day, I would definitely be burning a lot of calories. Well, I wasn't doing that before. So you can increase your activity level, you could add structured cardio, you could add just more general movement, i.e. steps, walking around, moving more. So you can reduce the intake and you can increase the output. And to be successful in a fat loss phase, it's all about managing those two. If you increase the output too much, you end up getting tired. You end up getting more hungry. If you reduce the input by too much, then you end up getting tired and you end up getting hungry. And when those things happen, that's when you're going to fall off the wagon. You're going to fail. One of the goals of training in a fat loss phase is to preserve/build, because we always should be aiming to build muscle. If you're doing that much cardio that you can't hit your weight training sessions with great intensity, pushing them close to failure, so you're giving your body the stimulus that it needs to preserve or build muscle, then you're missing a trick. And one thing that I've noticed recently is, number one, my weight on the scales has dropped down, which is brilliant, and I am losing body fat, and I have been losing body fat. So from a calorie burn perspective, I'm doing okay. So one thing that I also have noticed is that, let's rewind a second, I train Monday, Tuesday with weights. Normally Wednesday is my cardio, and then Thursday, Friday with weight. One thing I've noticed is that weight training has been awesome, been really good. I've been progressing on the lifts and I've been feeling strong in the gym, so that's been going really well. But by the time I get to Wednesday, which Wednesday is today when I'm filming this, I start to feel a bit of fatigue. I'm a bit tired. I don't really feel like going for a run because Wednesday was my cardio day. So a couple of weeks ago, I thought, use your common sense, Paul. If you don't feel like it, there's a reason why you don't feel like it, so don't do it. So I didn't do it. And then I didn't do my cardio at the weekend either, because I normally do a second session at the weekend, and weight still dropped down. From a fat loss perspective, yes, I might have been burning more calories, maybe an extra 1,000 calories across those two. I didn't actually need it. But what it did give me from taking it away was, come Thursday or come Monday, when I've had my rest day, I was really well recovered, so I could hit my weight training hard again. So taking those cardio sessions out for me made sure that I was fully recovered, so I could hit the weights hard and keep progressing and provide the stimulus for the muscle that I want. When this fat loss phase is finished, I am going to start adding cardio back in, because cardio work, whether it's prolonged for a long period of time, just keeping your heart rate a nice steady, or some intervals, something that gets your heart rate up, is really important for health. And as I'm approaching the middle of my 40s and beyond, looking after your heart is really important. So I'm not saying you should just take cardio out all the time. I'm reduce the cardio for like 3 weeks, and nothing bad's going to happen. Fingers crossed, nothing bad's going to happen in the next 3 weeks. I don't think it works like that. And another reason, going back to why I've taken the cardio out as well, how do you feel after you've been for a long run? How do you feel if you've been for a swim? You feel hungry. All you want after that long swim, bacon frazzles out the vending machine. You feel hungry. So doing a cardio, yes, it can burn more calories, but it puts pressure on your body and it drives up the hunger levels afterwards. So again, today's Wednesday, I'm not feeling hungry. If I'd been for a run this morning, I probably would be feeling hungry. So just taking it out, it takes the edge off the hunger, which again allows you to be more consistent in that calorie deficit. So the moral of the story today is, don't blindly do cardio to burn fat or to help with your fat loss because you think you should. You need to assess in real time how things are going, and that's exactly what I've been doing. At the start of this fat loss phase, 7 weeks ago, I had cardio sessions in because I was before. My training didn't change. But as I've started to lose a little bit of weight and as I've noticed I was losing weight and looking at the scales and the stats on a week by week basis, and one day I didn't feel that great, so I thought I won't do cardio. So I took the cardio out, and then it didn't have an impact in terms of my fat loss. I was like, okay, well, let's keep that out. So I'm always assessing, seeing what's going on. Right back at the start of the video, I said there's 2 ways to get into that calorie deficit: reduce the food or increase the activity. One way to increase your activity that won't have a massive drain on your energy levels, have a massive increase in your hunger levels, is just moving, being more active. At this moment in time, I've gone for 4,000 steps today. By the time it gets to the end of the day, it's going to be about 10,000. 10,000 isn't the magic number. 15,000 isn't the magic number. Your magic number to help you in your fat loss is to do more than you are doing at the moment. If you sit on your arse all day at work, then your calorie burn from just your body is going to be minimal, which means to get that calorie deficit, you're going to have to reduce the amount of food that you eat really low. So you need to get up and move around whenever you possibly get the opportunity during the daytime. I'm going to give a shout out to one of my clients, Mike. He's got a treadmill in his office and we have a catch-up call, and he's always on the treadmill. He does his meetings on the treadmill. And while, yes, you might feel a little bit awkward having an under-the-desk treadmill in your office, and it might not necessarily be feasible for everybody, looking for ways to add movement into your life, either through steps, or it doesn't have to be steps, just moving around. It could be on a bike, whatever it is. Adding movement is really going to help you lose fat. And in my experience, the people that increase their activity from where they are right now, I'm not going to give you a particular number to aim for, just more than you are doing at the moment, see the best fat loss results. If your step count is low and your general movement is low, regardless of how hard you train in the gym, you are going to struggle in a fat loss phase. This is a call to action. Just get off your arse and add more general movement. It will help you. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I took my cardio out. I thought, right, I still need to make sure that I'm moving around as much as possible. So when I'm in the gym, if I'm training somebody in the gym, I'm constantly moving. If I'm at home, I try not to sit down for too long. Try and do my lion's share of the dog walks. When I'm training myself, I'm up and about, walking in between sets just to add that extra steps in. Got 1 more week left in this fat loss phase. If you want to find out whether I hit my target, give me a subscribe and we'll find out next week.